friends, before I tell you the name of the remedy, what I'm trying to tell you, first I'll tell you one thing. It's a very good news for we homeopaths that HHF Academy is already declared a big webinar. Okay, so please, if you are really interested, you are really that passionate, if you have that zeal to learn, again I'm telling you, if at all you're having this intense thirst of knowledge, okay, you can definitely go and join our webinar. So, saying so, let us discuss a remedy which is, I think, most of the homeopathic physicians have prescribed it at least 10 times. This is the remedy which you have prescribed almost daily, and the remedy, but we need to understand the mind, body and the soul axis. Very interesting. And I'll tell you, I'll confess with you, can you imagine this video? I am doing it for the 4th time now, and this will be the last, because iske aage nahi ho sakta hai. Because see, this is a very huge remedy, and n number of times I have edited, read it, but I said nahi yaar, dil ko nahi ju, dil hai ke manta nahi. This is the 4th time if I'm doing, if I'm not wrong, 5th, nearly saying 5th time. Okay, 5th time, but now this is enough. Okay, see what happens is that every time we are human beings, है ना? We also expect. So अरे इतना अच्छा सा वीडियोस हो गया, ये भी इतना ही अच्छा वीडियो होना चाहिए. We strive for it. We work hard upon it. So this is the 5th time I am doing this remedy, and this time 100% patient आले तरी बोलायचं नाही सांगायचं. Okay? I would like to tell you this remedy. The remedy is hepar self. Monty sir had taught this remedy. Amazing molecule. Amazing. I'll tell you some tips of this remedies. Again, of course, with the link of the mind, body and the soul axis. Okay? Let us understand hepar self. The person. Hepar self person is very sensitive. We have a rubric. Pain besides oneself being. Means sensitive to pain besides oneself being. He cannot tolerate. Oh my. Cannot look at blood. We'll come to that. Okay? Fear of being injured, fear of suffering. What is all about? This abscess of hepar self. How is the hepar self person? How will you correlate abscess with this man? How is what do you know about the pathology? Just go back home and read the pathophysiology of inflammation. After understanding inflammation, you will come to abscess. After abscess, what happens? I won't share what happens in an abscess. The debris and the cells. I'll tell you, the abscess is accumulation of pus in its own body, in its own space. And this, if at all I have abscess over here, so this is an abscess. Oh my, don't touch it. Huh? Very sensitive to pain. Wait, mat. What is this? Very sensitive to pain. Here, need to understand. Because the sensitivity here will be reflected, not here I'll tell you, the sensitivity of this man, this hepar self personality, the vital force of the sensitivity of the vital force of hepar self is so. How is it so sensitive? I'll tell you. An abscess here, you don't allow it to touch. Hey! This is written in Materia Medicas. No? Hey! Let us understand it. Very interesting. Very interesting. The person is very irritable, right? The hepar self person is very irritable. Very angry. Why? At the same time, very sensitive. oversensitive, very fragile, very vulnerable here. Very interesting. And see, I'll tell you one case I had share. I would like to share a case of hepar. I had presented in so many CTPs, classroom training programs. A woman suffering from lockjaw. This was a lockjaw. I am not talking about abscess. Now let us connect abscess with lockjaw. Very interesting, because are we only giving hepar to small abscesses and boils or carbuncles? No. Hepar can be prescribed in all bad pathologies. Hepar can be prescribed in all types of, you know, inflammations, pus formations, but it can be also, I had prescribed hepar for menorrhagia, DUB in a woman, having gushes of flow. What is gushing of menstruation flow? What is that? What is gushing? It is like this is the flow. How? Why body is producing gushing of flow in the through the menses? Where this bad energy, negative energy is coming in this body? That negative energy you need to just channelize in a proper way by giving the right stimulum. This gushing of menses will stop. This gushing is here, Sala. This is gushing. About whom? Towards mostly the loved ones, or to the ones who are very close by, or to the ones she is absolutely dependent upon, or to the ones she has to pull on with them, like mother-in-law always, or the daughter-in-law. There is no attachment, but they have to pull on. You can't do anything. You cannot cut off, but you have to just. All anger is coming down, going down into the body, reflecting in the form of all oversensitive diseases, pain. This is hatred or anger or irritability. And why the more pain in hepar? Because more is the anger, more is the pain, more is the sensitivity, more is the symptomatology. So this all depends upon how up we need to understand. I'll tell you a case of this lockjaw. She came to me and, doctor, it's paining. When a person here in front of you saying it's paining very intensely, the emotion behind it is also that intense. What went wrong? डॉक्टर साहब पूछो मत मुझे, मेरा पहले दिमाग आउट हो गया, अभी और मत पूछो. मैंने सी द वे दे टॉक, ओके, बट आई से अरे बोलो ना क्या हो गया, कुछ गोलगप्पे खाए क्या? सी व्हाट हैपेंस इज द मोर यू open your mouth, the chances of locking of your jaw is high. Hence I asked कि बाबा कुछ गोलगप्पे बड़े अटक गया, ऐसा कुछ नहीं, ऐसा कुछ मैं घर से कुछ नहीं खाया, मैंने कुछ भी नहीं किया. मैंने see my tone, my eyes, my facial expressions are very important. कुछ नहीं किया मैंने. क्या हो गया? I know that she is a dress designer. It was a period of Diwali. And I said, what happened here? Everybody is celebrating in Diwali, and what pain you are taking along with. Sir, छोड़ो ना डॉक्टर सर, मेरे सब कारागिर, my laborers, my master ji, they have the one who stitches the clothes is called master ji. They're like, master ji, doctor sir, I had taken 8 to 10 kurtis for stitching and giving some good designs, and exactly वो बीच में छोड़ के चला गया डॉक्टर साहब. Just can't, this is the intense emotion. So what happened? Come on doctor sir. And after Diwali आया, मैडम करना है ना कुछ, Now, this is very interesting. Now, this is not Hipparcell, this is Mayur Mahajan. I'm trying to explain you. This is very interesting of Hipparcell. Now, what happened is, this Masterji is a very talented guy. I don't afford to lose this Masterji, okay? Because I am the owner of this shop. I am just making designs, but the Masterji is the one who is doing all the jobs, who is the one who is stitching all the dresses, all the kurtis. So now I am angry with this Masterji. The Masterji comes, Madam, kaise ho? Madam is sitting here. जाके बोलने को चाहिए था ना. You should have told me na before going to your native place. We have already ordered so many of kurtis and अरे यार जरा थोड़ा सा अर्जेंट काम आया था इसलिए मैंने I couldn't tell you, madam, sorry. Now the Hipparcell patient is getting very much irritated and angry, but at the same time he cannot put out her anger to that Masterji. Why? Because now if I'll scold him, bloody, he will quit my job. And I have so many kurtis here. So, कैसे हो? नहीं, मैं ठीक हूँ. Now, actually, I wanted to yell at him. I wanted to kick him. और कुछ नहीं बोलूँगा. I wanted to just kick him. She's so angry now. But at the same time, what is not allowing her, number one, is that she's already, burdened with so many of dresses, kurtis, and at the same time, yeah, if I'll yell at him, I'll scold him, I'll, scold at him, he will just leave me, and that is I don't want. This is what Mohanty sir has told us, very interesting. Because of the poor feeling, यार मेरे पास अभी कोई मास्टर जी नहीं है ना, so I have to suppress my anger. Otherwise, I would have fired him like anything. Wants to set things on fire, but he can't. He wants to finish it off everything, but he can't. Because of the poor feeling, that is where Ignitia and Hipparcell is differentiated. Hipparcell wants to get things done from this, and at the same time. And one more thing she said, Doctor sir, हमारे मास्टर थोड़े बूढ़े हैं ना, तो हमारे एज का, if he would have been of my age, I would have blasted him off. This is again one more rubric wherein Hipparcell has to suppress the anger, suppress his rage. I won't say anger, it's rage. Rage is above anger. That furiousness is Hipparcell. Both the stories of Ignitia and Hipparcell will be very similar. मैंने इनके लिए ये किया, मैंने इनके लिए वो किया, लेकिन Hipparcell and Hipparcell is in the rubric rage, fury. लेकिन उसको समझ भी नहीं आते. The eyes of Hipparcell, you will find that furious expression of the eyes of Hipparcell, like this. Remember, suppressed acts. Doctor sir, I'll just give give me 5-7 minutes. I'll give you an exact feeling of Hipparcell. This, now imagine this jaw. When your jaw gets locked, now you wanted to shout at someone. Yeah! You cannot. When you shout at someone, you need to open the mouth totally. You're like, Kutte kamine. Yeah! Angry young man dekhe aapne. Now this woman had wanted to actually shout at this Masterji, but her inner conscience, her inner voice, her subconscious mind didn't allow her to shout at him, because maybe because of his age factor. At the same time, she had no other resources, no other master for this jobs to get done at right time. So she has to suppress. So what happened? She wanted, as soon as she opens up the mouth, this is him. This is how we understand the mind, body, and the soul axis. This is hepar self. Okay. Now this is also abscess. What happens in abscess? Pus goes on accumulating in this wound, and it is very sensitive. You know, I'll tell you the wound and the abscess of hepar self. Daughter-in-law, mostly daughter-in-law, because sorry, I'll tell you the cases of daughter-in-laws. Uh, because most of my viewers may be daughter-in-laws rather than mother-in-laws, because all are young homeopaths. So imagine a daughter-in-law, very sensitive, very diligent, very work-oriented, very caring, very doing dutiful, very dutiful, doing every single bit of her very well, with everything is gelling around fine. My family, my husband, 2 kids, all is done very well. And my mother-in-law comes. Now this is a hepar self daughter-in-law, and a mother-in-law comes for 7 days. Okay, stay. Which, and hepar self may be always like, yeah, and the mother-in-law who comes in this house is a very, dominating, dictatorial, Kalikar types of mother-in-law, always wants everything in rules and regulations. And this hepar self daughter-in-law is trying to, pacify all her needs. Oh, okay, mommy, I'll do. Oh, mommy, I'll do, because she is, after all, doctor. After all, she's my husband's mother. I need to give that due attention. But so I tried my level best to pacify her, but she is not always in this mood of, and sometimes it goes off my mind, doctor. I tell you, if I would have got a chance, I would have, really bang her a big, means I'll tell you a story. This is the words of hepar self daughter-in-law. Okay, this with a big stone grinder. You hope everybody knows the stone grinder. The stone grinder, she was just, doing all those spices, preparing the spices, and the mother-in-law came just, and अरे ऐसा नहीं करने का, वैसा करने का. Now the stone grinder, how heavy it is. Now this is the abscess. Now the pus is going on inside. She's just controlling and controlling but at the same time it is very painful, isn't it? Every now and then, अरे क्या किया, ऐसा किया क्या, हमारे जमाने में तो ऐसे करते थे, हमारे जमाने में ऐसे करते थे. And just she turned away, just turned towards her bedroom. She thought of me. This is kill desire. This is kill desire. This is don't touch my deal. How is your mother-in-law? If at all you ask a hepar self person, how is your mother-in-law? Please don't, sir, don't. उसका टॉपिक ही मत निकालो, वो टॉपिक छेड़ो ही नहीं. Don't touch my delicate point. This is the abscess. Don't touch it. Okay? Mother-in-law बोलेगी तो उसका दिमाग burst होता है. Just don't utter the name of mother-in-law. I don't know what happens to me here. I just can't control myself. Please, doctors, you can ask me anything, but please don't talk about mother-in-law. It becomes sensitive to touch. Anger touch when? Hey, hepar self. This is the abscess. Now the mother-in-law is the abscess. Understand? So there are not always mother-in-law. Of course, there must be husband also as an abscess. Okay? There may be some people around who are maybe the abscess. But this abscess, they have to, nurture that abscess out of her will, because of the poor feeling, because of the conscientious feeling कि छोड़ यार, क्या करेंगे, साला अपना ही ससुर है यार, छोड़ना यार, अपना ही नेव्यू है यार, छोड़ना यार, अपनी सासू है यार, छोड़ और अपने ही है, लेकिन क्या करूँ, लगता है उसको. Kill desire to, wants to throw her child into the fire, wants to set things on fire. But she can't. That she can't is hepar self. I wanted to just kick him, but can't. This is hepar self. Once you do that remedy, that suppressed anger, that suppressed feeling, that everything I have to just control, that feeling will go and the abscess will drain off easily. And the patient will be fine. So this is how we connect the mind, body and abscess. Abscess is not always this abscess. As I said, the mother-in-law is also an abscess. Or the person or that lady's masterji was an abscess for this hepar woman who was suffering from this lockjaw. This masterji was an abscess because she has to just अरे छोड़ छोड़ जान दे, बोल मत उसको, बोलेगा तो छोड़ के चला जाएगा, उससे अच्छा पकड़. And this abscess goes on increasing and becomes very sensitive to touch. क्या हो गया डॉक्टर साहब? दुकान का नाम मत बोल, दिमाग आउट होता है मेरा, और आउट होता है. ए सासू माँ का नाम मत निकाल, मेरा भेजा गर्म हो जाता है, प्लीज. दिस इज जस्ट अ स्मॉल one of the entries of hepar self, my dear friends. But as we are already here with mind, body and soul, we need to understand the abscess. I'm trying to explain you the abscess of hepar self. Okay? So as usual, like, share and subscribe if you really like this video. So saying so, thank you all, love you all, and bye.